Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you may know, over the last few days I've been ranking every position in the NBA from 1 to 15. I've done the centers, the power forwards, the small forwards, and now I'm going to do the shooting guards. And just like I said in the last video, I highly recommend that you check out my rankings for every position. And you can click on the link that I left in the description for each video. Now, it wasn't too long ago that I thought the shooting guard was the weakest position in the NBA. But after making this list, it's clear that I may have been mistaken. Now it isn't point guard or small forward strong, but I don't think that is worse than both power forward and center. Now before I go off on too much of a tangent, let's get started. These are the top 15 shooting guards in the NBA. Starting things out at 15, we have Sixth Man of the Year, Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon had a fantastic season last year. I would say that it qualifies as a bounce back year simply because he stayed healthy. But as far as production, last season was no better than the 2015-16 season. Eric Gordon is one of the best bench players in the NBA, and I expect him to have another strong year with both the departure of Lou Williams and the acquisition of Chris Paul. He may never have to dribble a basketball again. Number 14, JJ Redick. JJ Redick didn't have a great start to his career, but he has always had a consistent jump shot. Today his game has grown in other areas, and he's one of the best two guards in the NBA. Let's hope that he continues to trust the process while serving as a veteran leader and shooter as a part of the young and promising 76ers. Number 13, Gary Harris. I have to admit that Gary Harris was a surprise even to myself that he even made this list. But he's actually really good. Similar to the players that have come before him in this ranking, he makes this list for his range and incredibly efficient shooting, amongst others. The only thing that keeps him from going up even higher is the fact that he only played in 57 games. I know that that's most of the season, but Gary Harris has not been in the league long enough for me to excuse the time that he missed like I might do some other players. Plus, he wasn't that impressive for the games to be too great of a deciding factor. The missed games just made it easier for me to choose between him and the next guy. Number 12, Lou Williams. To everyone that voted Eric Gordon for Sixth Man of the Year, I have news for you. You chose the wrong guy. Lou Williams led all bench players in scoring, averaged more assists, and had a better efficiency rating than Eric Gordon. Gordon was playing on a better team, but once Lou joined the fray, that excuse was out of the window. I guess Lou would have gotten more recognition had he broken some type of record as well. Either way, Lou had his best season as a pro last year. Number 11, Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is a straight freak of nature. He's the best dunker in the NBA and easily one of the most athletic players. Unfortunately, his season was cut short after only 47 games, and what was a career year for him, which keeps him from being higher on the list. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I don't put too much weight on shortened seasons of players having career years, only because we never seen them perform that way before for an entire season. I need at least 62 games of strong play to not consider the injuries. Number 10, Nicholas Batum. The first player on this list that I wouldn't call a shooter, but Batum gets here because of his all-around consistent play. He brings on both offense and defense, gets players involved, rebounds with the best of them. I'm still unsure if he should be here or if I should move him all the way up to number 7. But I'll let you guys decide if I made the right choice or not. Number 9, Devin Booker. Everyone knew that Devin Booker had game, but his popularity got an incredible boost after his 70-point game against the Celtics last season. 70 points is an extremely impressive accomplishment, a threshold that only a few players can say that they've reached. But let's not get too caught up in the hype. Devin Booker is very promising, but he still falls short of the elite players at his position. Number 8, Dwayne Wade. It truly pains me to put the 12-time All-Star and one of my favorite players, Dwayne Wade, this low, but he just is not the same player anymore. But at age 35, he does look pretty good. Although Dwayne Wade may not be the player that he once was, he is still a player that teams want to have and fans want to see. Number 7, Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley is another player that shows steady improvement year after year. After coming into the league as a bench warmer that played good defense with a broken jump shot, he turned to one of the best shooters in the NBA, while still providing elite defense. He is one of the best two-way contributors in the NBA. Number 6, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal really took his game to the next level last season. It's unfortunate and a little unfair that Melo got the All-Star nod over him, but I guess they wanted another frontcourt player as opposed to a guard. It's also surprising that Beal didn't get more consideration for most improved player. Giannis certainly deserved it, but Beal could have gotten some love, right? Now the top 5. Number 5, CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum and Bradley Beal are two very similar players. I honestly can't say what McCollum is truly better than Beal at. I guess McCollum has a more defined role in Portland than what Beal has in Washington, but then again, that's just me reaching. These players are very close to the same level. You choose where to rank them. Number 4, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is the first member of the Golden State Warriors that makes it into these rankings but not be in the top 3. But he still gets in at number 4, so I guess it's not too bad. Klay Thompson is the second best shooter in the NBA and one of the best perimeter defenders as well. Although he gets recognition as an all-star, it is possible that he sometimes does not get all the credit that he deserves, playing behind fellow Splash Brothers Steph Curry and now Kevin Durant. Number 3, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan had another career year last season. He took an unprecedented amount of mid-range jump shots, but he made them at a very high rate. You can make the case for Klay Thompson over DeMar DeRozan, but I ultimately chose DeRozan over Klay because of his more rounded game. Klay has more range and is a better defender, but DeRozan does more with the ball. Number 2, Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler made his ascension into All-Star territory in 2015. He made his ascension into Superstar territory last season. He excelled on both sides of the ball while averaging career highs across the board. Jimmy Butler was truly sensational last season. Now that he's joining back up with former head coach Tom Thibodeau in Minnesota, Jimmy Butler is expected to take on more of a leadership role, while still providing the superstar play that we all love. And the number 1 shooting guard in the NBA is James Harden. When it came to finding James Harden's spot on this list, the only thing that I had to think about was if I was going to rank him as a shooting guard or a point guard. Seriously, at shooting guard is James Harden and everyone else. Well, it's probably not that simple, but all I'm trying to say is that James Harden is the best shooting guard in the NBA, and of all the positions, he was the easiest to place at number 1. James Harden is another player that gets better every season. His assist numbers have went up every year since he came into the league, and that's almost the case with his scoring. He somehow managed to lead the league in assists while averaging a career high in scoring, and taking almost one less shot per game last season than he did in 2015-16. He was so close to winning MVP, but I'd be lying if I said that Russ didn't deserve it. Teamed with Chris Paul, the point guard, let's see if James Harden pulls off another great year. So what do you guys think about this ranking? Do you agree? If you do, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And if you know anyone that might be interested in something like this, don't hesitate to share. Also, if you have your own top 15 list, please share it down in the comments and we can see which list is better. Next, I will rank the point guards, so be on the lookout for that one. Thanks for watching, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.